Before we get going, for the new viewers, my name is Brando, founder of Brandlux Media. We are an e-commerce growth agency specialized in paid advertising, content creation, email marketing, and conversion rate optimization. If you're looking for a growth partner and you want a free audit, feel free to book a call down below. Now let's get going. How's it going? This is Brando from Brandlux Media. This is gonna be a super cool video actually. I know that I always say it, but maybe because my videos are actually super cool. But jokes aside, I'm gonna show you something very interesting because I'm gonna pull down the curtains and show you a business that is doing 500K per month, actually over $500,000 a month in revenue, and they're generating 31% of revenue from email marketing alone. And in this video, I wanna bring you through the exact same process, structure, strategy, amount of emails, flows, campaigns that they're utilizing and using within their business, right? That is generating them 31% of revenue just from email and SMS marketing, which is, you know, a pretty high number. Typically businesses have below 20% just because they don't know exactly what to use. So I'm gonna show you everything, pulled out the curtains, so make sure to stick until the end. And with no further ado, as usual, let's get right into the video. As usual, here's the proof. As you can see, they're doing $487,000 in a single month in the last 30 days, and $150,000, almost $151,000 is purely coming from Klaviyo, which is email marketing. And actually, they're not even doing SMS marketing. I'm gonna tell them exactly after this video. But they're just doing email marketing, and that's what's coming from Klaviyo alone, and that's 30.94%, almost 31% of the revenue, which is insane, is coming from email marketing. So this is the proof. But just so you know, if you're doing 20%, you're doing good. 25, you're doing great. 30%, you're doing amazing, right? So I'm showing you probably the best of the scenarios. They just have a great and perfect infrastructure, and it's working amazingly for them. Note that if you're doing over 30%, like I would say if you're doing like 40, 45%, 50%, 60% of your revenue is just purely coming from email marketing, it probably means that you're not spending enough on the front end and getting sales outside of this email marketing infrastructure or ecosystem, right? So if you're doing way above that, way above this, then it means that your front end is probably lacking in opportunities, right? You should do more there. But this is a perfect example because this company is spending $150,000 a month approximately just on ads. Okay, so they're spending a lot and they're doing a lot of email marketing revenue, 31%. So this is the proof. Let me refresh, whatever, so you know this is real. And voila. There we go. Now that number increased for some reason because maybe we're getting sales, probably. Cool, amazing. So let's get into this diagram. This is an amazing asset, which by the way, I only give this asset. They're probably gonna get mad, to be honest, to my private community. It's only $49 a month. I share you get access to my time. I answer questions. You get access to all of the resources that my agency uses, including this. And what I'll do is that I'm gonna go through this, right? But if we get to, I think the most likes I ever got in a video is like 1,000. If we get to 1,500 likes on this video, I'm just gonna share this with you, okay? I'm gonna share this completely free and give it out to everyone. And but yeah, so let's go over this diagram very quickly, okay? I don't wanna go too much in depth because then it's gonna take me 2 hours to do this video. But I'm gonna go pretty in depth and show you kind of like what you need, okay? So let's start by talking about the entire sales journey, okay? This is the customer funnel. People visit your website, they view your product, they add to cart, they proceed to checkout, they make a purchase, okay? And these sections over here that are outside of the sales process is where your email marketing can come into action and come into play, okay? And this is where you have your site abandonment, your browse abandonment, your abandoned cart, like the pre-purchase, right? while people are purchasing. And then you have your post-purchase sequences, right after, like, the customer thank you is a post-purchase, and then they're nurturing, which is everything that comes after they purchase the product, right? So this is something that you should understand. If you don't understand this, it doesn't make sense to go over anything else that I'm going to go over in the future in this video. But make sure that you understand this scenario. It's very simple. There's a sales journey, and you use email marketing to get subscribers on a pre-purchase and a post-purchase to make sure they come back and buy more, right? So this is how it works. Just to show you a 30,000 foot view from the top, there's pre-purchase flows, right? First of all, there's two things, flows and campaigns. We're gonna go over both, right? Best practices. There's pre-purchase flows and post-purchase flows, and then there's campaigns. We're gonna go over a couple scenarios. And this, by the way, this is pretty much, I would say, to a T, exactly what this other business is doing, okay? So they have a bunch of flows, they have a bunch of campaigns, and this is just a visual representation of how I would start. We also, by the way, have an email marketing division that just does this, and they literally utilize this exact same diagram. In fact, this diagram comes from my email marketer, the person that is running everything. And let's go over pre-purchase flows, okay? So, first of all, this is really, really important. A lot of people forget that a lot of people think that pre-purchase is just like abandoned cart. It's actually not. There's so many different pre-purchase flows that you can implement. And a lot of people either do abandoned cart or abandoned checkout. They think that that's enough, and that's all you can do with email marketing. That's actually not true at all. So let's start with the first one. There's a welcome series. Signs up to pop-up, right? This is, by the way, this is like the most important flow. I believe this client alone is generating like a hefty amount, if that's even a word. A big serious amount of their email marketing revenue is coming from this flow, the welcome series, which is typically, traditionally, you can say that it's one of the longest. This, by the way, depending on the niche, this can go up to like a full year. So like 30 emails, 50 emails, 60 emails. For most scenarios, 7 to 10 emails is a good amount, okay? And typically, like, the brands that have a very long flow are like the supplement brands, like very heavy informational brands where you need to share value, talk about science, talk about ingredients. Like, that's where you need to really nurture people, and why the sequences are so long. In this scenario, if you have a normal product, right, doesn't need too much explanation, 7 to 10 emails in the week welcome series is more than enough. And we're probably gonna add this, but we don't have like time frames. But this is between 2 and 5 days. Business days, I would say between one email and another is a good time frame. And so these are people that sign up. What do we want to do to sign up? Give people a free product. Say, hey, if you sign up, you can get access to you can immediately enter our monthly giveaway where we give out one product a day. I don't know, 30 products a month. Enter. And you can join. That does amazingly if you have multiple products in your store. If you just have one product and you don't want to offer it for free, if you're doing like a one product type of store and you don't have a lot of products, then you can do maybe like a 10% discount, like most people do. That works perfectly. Or you can sell an ebook. You can do like an ebook that provides value, 7 steps to XYZ, and that's also has amazing open rates, and it's quick to deliver, and it's free. It's completely free for you. You don't have to give out 10% of your revenue, right, for discounts, which I absolutely hate, to be honest. So this is the first flow. Second flow here, really important, site abandonment. People that go and sign up here and in the pop-up, and they browse and they go through the site, right? Not browse, sorry. No, this is browse abandonment. So like site abandonment. They just go into your site, they give you their email, and they just go away. You can literally design and launch a specific automation that is just for visitors. And a lot of people don't know that. You can literally do this. So visits sites but doesn't view product. So this is how the automation looks like. The first email can be like, we saw you checking us out. And then there's a CTA. The goal is to bring them one step down the funnel, right? From site to viewing product to then eventually further down the funnel. Email 2 is, benefits maybe of the product. Somebody's calling me. Mateo, what's up? Then USP, bear with me. Benefits, then recommended bestsellers. Okay, so this is just a way, it's not hard promotion. There's no need to do like a very hefty and hard promotion. They're just getting an understanding of if they even want to purchase from you. So this is the site abandonment. Now notice as these are kind of color coded. So blue is like light, then green is kind of like more heavy promotion, then orange is heavier, and then red is where we really want to go after the urgency and the scarcity. And this will all make sense in just a second. Browse abandonment. Views product but doesn't add to cart, and this is where we go after reminder about viewed product. Then email 2 is mention USP of the product they viewed, like the benefits, the features. Then you can offer like an incentive, like typically a 10, 12, 15% discount that works super well. And then you can handle maybe most common objections. Why do we want to handle objections? Because we know that they viewed the product and they didn't buy, right? There's no point of handling objections here when they haven't seen the product yet, right? Doesn't view product. It only makes sense if you do it here, right? So this is a very simple process. Abandoned cart, it starts to get a little warmer, right? So this is where you have maybe one extra email. Actually, there are 4, 3 to 4 typically works. Reminder about product that left in the cart, right? You typically have, we can only hold on to your cart for so long. So you start adding a little urgency and scarcity to your offer. Then email 2 is offer incentive, same thing, social proof. You want to get them through the funnel and say, look, it worked for other people, you should do the same. And then there's an urgency factor. And then we add like 24 hours left to claim the offer. And then here in email 3, maybe you also want, social proof. I mean like reviews and testimonials, UGC content within your emails. Works super well, and this is how it works in the abandoned cart. Now let's move over to the hottest phase, the abandoned checkout. Adds to checkout but doesn't purchase. 4 emails, same infrastructure, same structure. Remind about the product and checkout, right? We don't know how long they'll stay in stock. Say something like this, add urgency. Once again, reduce risk for purchasing. Why our products are trusted, right? Specific reviews about products in checkout, increase perceived chance of success with a purchase, right? Number 4, offer an incentive, introduce urgency. This is like the final stage. Like we have to do everything that we can to make sure that they go over that step in the funnel and they actually purchase. Let me know if you have any questions about this in particular, but this is, in my opinion, like the most interesting. This is where you get the most money, where most of your revenue is going to come from. People, to convince people to buy. This is where the entire ecosystem operates under. If you don't have this, then you don't have the post, right? So let's talk about post-purchase flows. There is customer thank you. Immediately after they buy, we want to welcome people into a community, right? We don't want to just do nothing. There's the worst thing you can do is just have them receive the Shopify confirmation you received your order and then nothing happens. You want to make sure that you're following them until they get their product, because once again, people decide to buy from brands also because of the experience, right? And the support, right? If you don't provide that, then it's no good, right? It's no good. So email 1, thank them, offer VIP for third-time purchasers, remove buyer remorse, right? There's always going to be a buyer remorse. If I buy the product today and I don't receive like emails within the next 3, 4, 5 days or whatever to update me about the shipment, the delivery, whatever, I'm going to have buyer remorse. I might charge back. I might, call and panic or whatever. Higher tickets. Right? If you don't do the sequence, you're going to have higher tickets, and then your customer support team is going to go crazy. So make sure you have these automations. Number 4, show how to use the product. Educate. Number 5, if relevant, offer upsells. Ask for a review. If it exists, offer a referral system. And this is kind of like a flywheel effect. We want to do this for a sequence, right? Obviously, this is not immediately after they buy the product, it's throughout the journey of buying the product. So of course we're not going to offer a referral system right after they buy. They have to try the product first, validate that it works for them, that they're satisfied, and then you can worry about doing things like this. But once again, stop through the video and feel free to stop through the video to look at each sequence. Customer win back. This is an interesting one. Hasn't purchased in 90 days. We typically do between 90 and 120. 90 is better in my opinion since last purchase. So we want to get them back into the funnel, and this is purely dedicated to having them buy more of the same product, right? Or a different product, an upsell, a cross-sell, a downsell, right? As you can see here, best sellers, offer an incentive, we haven't heard back from you, urgency, right? These are the things that we want to add to make sure that people come back and you win the customer back again, right? So sunset engage, this is an interesting one for people that haven't opened an email in the last 180 days. So these are like kind of coldish people. And so this is kind of like a 4 email sequence. You know, haven't heard from them, still haven't heard from them. This is what we stand for. We'll go ahead and unsubscribe you. Like this is where you're like, okay, if you don't want to hear about us anymore, we can just unsubscribe. And then here you can add some social proof. You can do anything that you can to make sure that they come back into the funnel and they gain interest in your brand. But if they are not interested, this is a perfect scenario of a campaign that allows you to understand who is not engaging with your brand and just let them go, because you don't want to send a bunch of emails to people that are just not interested. It's also just going to hurt your domain. If they mark you as a spam or they just unsubscribe, it's going to hurt your deliverability and domain. So we always want to segment. These are very well segmented automations. VIP flow, they make their 3rd purchase and become VIP. So if they purchase 3 times, they're like hot customers. And so this is where, you know, they have special, you can go ahead and add special deals for them, special bundles, special offers. You gotta treat them well. And these are like your customers that are very engaged. So I would also maybe do more than 3 emails, just to make sure that you keep that engagement as high as possible. But yeah, in this example, we have 3. Talk about VIP perks, what happens when they become VIP customers, incentive, reminder, and also, once again, if you have that referral system, these people are amazing because they're loyal. They purchased 3 times from you, right? Or yeah, their 3rd purchase, and so they're ready to refer you to their friends and family. Okay, so this is overall the infrastructure post pre-purchase. This is the flow of the journey, as I said before, and these are just some email campaigns just to give you some ideas, right? Email campaigns, how many do you have to send? This is a question that I receive every single time. Is it 1 a week? Is it once a month? We typically do between 1 and 2. If you're starting out, one a week works. Eventually go to 2, sometimes even 3 times a week. The most important thing here is that you segment, right? You don't want to send all these emails. Like, you got to segment these. If you don't segment these, then as soon as you send an email campaign, it's gonna, like, people are just gonna go crazy. So when you send also email campaigns, make sure to segment your list, because if you send an email campaign to somebody that doesn't, you know, want to hear what you're about to say or like read your email, then they're gonna unsubscribe, and the same thing is gonna happen. Your email deliverability is gonna go down. So segment, okay? So these are just some ideas: product launch, current events, testimonials, case studies. Bundle email, right? If you're doing a special bundle, blog post, these I love, because the more you go with informational based emails, the higher the chance that people are actually excited to read your next email because they're consuming your content and they're interested, right? And so I always like to say, if we're sending 2 to 3 email campaigns per week, we better provide value, because if we don't provide value, people will just mark you as spam, and the same thing is going to happen as before. They're just going to unsubscribe. So I'd like to do 80% value and 20% promotion. Okay, if you do more than 20% promotion, people are going to feel it. So you got to take a step back. If there's a sale, right, this is the 20% that I was talking about. Breaking myths, honestly, yeah, I'm not sure what this is. It's like maybe myths of the, I gotta ask my email marketer. Tips, emails, holidays, like listicle mail, sharing blog posts, listicles, articles, collection feature, educational content, review campaign, giveaway, the villain email. I'm not sure what this is. I have to ask. FAQ mail and newsletter. Once again, I haven't built this. I have a team that does this for me, but I'm just showing you the entire email marketing infrastructure that most of my clients do to get results like this, okay? And this is the most important thing. Now, once again, I'm gonna let me know if you have questions on the YouTube comments underneath, but I'm gonna share this this PDF type of Figma file. If we get to 1,500 likes, this is typically something that I have only for my Discord community, even if it's like only $50 a month. I give all of this away. But if we get to 1,500 likes, I'm gonna share everything with you so that you can have it and you can study it yourself without having to scroll through my video all the time. Okay, let me know if you have any questions, and with no further ado, we're done, and see you in the next video. Bye. On a further note, feel free to book your strategy session with our team by clicking the button down below. In this session, we will audit your brand, come up with a custom plan of action, and then we'll explore the opportunity of potentially working together, assuming it's a perfect fit. Thank you so much for taking the time to watch this video. It means a lot, and hopefully see you on the other side.